have chosen to go with the I believe these are the longer range torpedoes. Let's see. 20s, yeah. So let's see. So you got that. Main armaments 1, damage control, aiming systems, propulsion. Okay, that's really good if you're going to be like a kiting away and doing throttle jocking. Steering gear. So you have foregone. You have foregone concealment module, so you can get steering gears instead. Now, what that does, obviously, is it helps your. Let me just pull these drop downs up. That makes it easier. It helps your rudder shift. 8.32 seconds. Now, what is your rudder shift if you were to go for concealment instead? Too far. 13.87. So that's why you went for it. So, generally speaking, when I play warships, I want my battleships to be at 15 seconds or better. Rudder shift, cruisers at 10 seconds or better, and destroyers at 5 seconds or better. That's my general rule of thumb. So by doing that, he is getting his cruiser to better than 10 seconds. I'll show you again. 8 seconds. Now, a key thing to understand is that that's going from straight hard over one direction. Most of the time as players, we don't notice that. Most of the time as players, we notice from one direction to all the way to the other, right? Because we do that a lot. So this is actually like doubly important in a sense. SAT recommending going full lighthouse build if he's going to do this. Okay, well let's see if that's what he's got. He's got main battery modification 3, so he can just shoot out guns like crazy. Where is your gun range? There it is. 21 kilometer range. Now you've got spotting aircraft, so that gets it farther up. But the nice thing about 20 kilometers, if you can see it and hit it, you can probably torpedo it too. Yeah, she's got a pretty bad turning radius as SAT. We saw your Azuma, which is basically the same idea as the Yoshino. All right, now you've gone for defensive anti-air fire instead of hydroacoustic. Now, I'm going to say I find that kind of odd because, in my opinion, defensive anti-air does jack all nothing against aircraft. Let's be real. I know she's got pretty decent anti-air, but especially with subs out, I think I'd rather go for hydroacoustic search so that I can better defend myself against submarines. But, you went with defensive. Skills. I don't know if you're using Yamamoto or not. Let's see if you've got that flag up at the top there. You do. So you are using Yamamoto. Okay. So you've got enhanced grease the gears. Into priority target. Into superintendent. Into concealment expert. And then gunfeeder. Gunfeeder is really handy because the AP in this ship is actually quite nice. If you get up close to somebody, get on the broadside. Adrenaline rush, of course, makes perfect sense. And then you've got survivability expert, and then top grade gunner, so that you can be shooting quicker. So let me see what your concealment is right now. Your base concealment is 13 kilometers. So if you're detected, anything's within 13 kilometers of you, you get that extra 8% main battery reload time. Now, SAT was saying, what about full lighthouse build? So if you were to do a full lighthouse build, then you would drop concealment, and instead you would probably pick HE and heavy SAP. Lighthouse build, by the way, guys, means that you don't care if you're spotted. That's why lighthouse, because you see 15% to ship detectability. Your concealment goes up tons, from 13 something to almost 17 kilometers. Again, if you're spotted, you can torp something, though, so there's that, I guess. But that buffs your HE damage by 15%. And if you were to do that, then you've got one extra skill point available. Which I guess, I don't know, you could put into Swift Fish so that your torpedoes reach their target that much quicker. They're harder to get whacked or something. But the build that you've got is more of a, I guess you could say, generalist build, right? Because it does a little of each by going that way. Nunez, El Capitan. COTS is going fine. Lots of surprises. It's day one, dude. Lots of surprises early on in COTS. Now, I do know that Ash likes to conserve signal flags, so he's not using all of them. Notably, he's not wearing protection. He doesn't have Juliet Charlie, so he could detonate. But he's running the ones that he probably has a good amount of and thinks that he can afford to use and that will have the biggest impact in his battle, right? So that would be India Yankee for fire extinguishing. That would be flooding recovery, flood chance, and boosting his heal. And then, of course, boosting his anti-air. Now, one of the things I want to mention, too, is if you're not going to run Juliet Charlie, and you're going to run the risk of detonating, you could always go here, and in slot 1, there's magazine modification 1. Now, that reduces your chance of detonating by 70%. It's not foolproof. You can still detonate, but your odds are even lower that you will, which is helpful. Hey, Patton. Yeah, we love Stevie, right? And thank you very much for the follow just now. I missed the name. Let me pull it up. Tony, thank you for the follow. Yeah, I agree with the SAT. It's kind of a generalist build, but you know, he's got this build so that he can kind of get in and use AP, but at the same time, up here he's got it set more of a kiting kind of an idea. So we'll see what happens. Last chance to get in for our big giveaway for those of you guys who were hanging around since the start of our sponsored stream. Thank you guys for doing so, by the way. So yeah, I think my guess is if it's Yamamoto, this is a commander build for another cruiser someplace. That's gonna be my guess. This is not Lighthouse Yoshino. All right, let's go ahead and drop the build viewer, and let's see how the game goes. Oh my God, Steve, you just farted again. Strangian. Strangian's here. Look at that. Ready to go. Thank you for your help, dude. Shadow. Rigged. Alright, let's take a look. So, straight 10s other than one Satsuma on each team. You've got a carrier to deal with, and you've got a sub to deal with on each side. Look at the name of this person. Remove a sub from, I'm guessing that's from the game. And he's playing in a sub. That's funny. Your Puerto Rico is divvied with Anakimov. Their Hakuryu is divvied with Petropavlovsk and Elbing. Putin will take care of it. You can click his name or and whisper him that way. How you doing on knots, Stevie? Look at all the knots that I pulled out of him. Lots of knots. Big Papa Rock. Hello. Welcome back to the stream. How are you doing, sir? Alright, well, there's your first opportunity to use defensive fire. You didn't do it for some odd reason. You've got it. I would use it, personally, especially early on, try to get some of these Hakuryu planes down. They are torpedo bombers, so he's got plenty of them. Puddin, thanks for doing that giveaway. Guys, if we can get to that 20, we'll definitely do that super big epic giveaway that Puddin mentioned. That means we just need 15 of you. Only 15. Out of 61. That's 1/4 of the people watching right now. That's all you gotta do. Is click that link and get yourself to account level 10. There's a few that we're waiting to tick over, so it's probably more closer to 8 out of 20 at this point. I don't know why it hasn't ticked yet, but we'll see what happens. Now you're using... Okay, so you're using defensive fire mainly to protect yourself. Okay. By the way, this is a very forward position in Yoshino. I don't like it. I don't really think it's a good idea to be this close so early. You can spam torpedoes into B though. So I would definitely do that or spam them down this channel, one of the two.
All stations reporting the position of a strategic target.
New giveaway going for a sub ammo code. Carrier is going after your Nakimov. Jer, I don't. There's no way for me to see who made it. This sponsorship is different from the other ones that I've done in the past. So I don't have access to those names or numbers or whatever. I wish I did, because it would definitely help. Gearing's gonna reverse. And you're torping into the smoke already, so that's nice. Somebody is shooting at you. You figured the gearing's gonna go forward since he's detected again. That's exactly what he's doing. Unfortunately, he also turned and didn't just hit W. Oh, but he beached! He beached! He beached! Oh no! And first blood, Satsuma kills the Moskva. Where's the Moskva? Oh, all the way on the one line. So Sats is on the one line. Okay. Oh, you can shoot the Brigand now, I guess. What's up, Dutch? And what Diablo Lord? Hello. Why has nobody, including you, told you that Yoshi Ash get back to the sea line and launch the torps? He's way too much forward. Yo, no, I said he was too far forward when he turned down this area, but he's staying here. It hasn't gotten punished for it just yet. But I mean, I'd be afraid of gearing torpedoes, for example. I'm not sure why he stopped shooting here, by the way. Maybe he wanted the Brigand to shoot somebody else for a minute. Because a lot of times when people do that, when you go dark like that, you wait for them to fixate on somebody else, another target, then you start shooting. You can definitely do that. Okay, Petro spotted. You might as well try to burn him. You're overturning though, and now you're giving a nice broadside to the Brigand down there. Man, their carrier is still trying to work down yours. Probably gonna succeed too. It's crazy. Got a fire going, okay. You got a Brigand and Satsuma right on top of you. Interesting. Now he's too far back. Dutch, congratulations on your 2 weeks of vacation, man. It's awesome. So for my snack, I had grape tomatoes, and the problem with that is they always, like, the stuff gets on your teeth. Well, now your Satsuma killed their Moskva with a devastating strike at that. Alright, what is the plan for now? I think you gotta get closer. Siren, hello! How are you doing? Are you ready for COTS tomorrow? I get to do COTS kind of alongside you, I guess, because I'll be streaming it too. Although I don't think I do not think that I will be doing the same games as you. But there's Siren, check her out. She is an awesome World of Warships streamer. She speaks German, but she has no problem also speaking English and saying hello and all that. A very positive streamer. One of the reasons I enjoy hanging out in her streams from time to time. You never use your Yoshino like this? The problem with Yoshino is you want the enemy to push you. You want the enemy to push into your torpedoes while you kite away. That's your game. But you can see the enemy's not playing his game. He's strong on this side. Honestly, instead of pushing south, I think he'd be much better served going west and starting to head towards the Puerto Rico. Up. Stevie is moving to his bed. There you go. Because I mean, if you go to the if you go to the other flank and kite away, now you're forcing them to play your game instead of what you're doing right now, which will probably result in you getting focused, even though I'm sure you're looking at your Sherman, your Burgon, your Des Moines, and Stalingrad and waiting for them to move farther up. You never know if someone is quick. That's right, Siren. We'll probably cast the same game at some point. I just know it will. It's nice to see me use the ship you have. Part of the reason why I picked this Yoshino is because I don't have a lot of games of Yoshino on my channel. At least I don't think I do. So I wanted to put this out. You've called dibs first on the games tomorrow? Is he aware of the Satsuma? I think he is, which is why he stopped in his reversing. Generally, Ash is pretty good at isolating targets and making sure that he can't get cross-shot. Yeah.
Concentrate fire on the designated target.
Oh, there's Burgon. Look at him. Look at him go. Alright, see, now he's looking towards the Sats. There's the Satsuma shells. Just missed. If they would have hit the bow anyway, so not bad. Yeah, this decision to push wasn't the best. I agree. I still would be over by... I would put myself between the Montana and Puerto Rico, frankly. Kite away and just farm the Stalingrad. Oh. Kill and a ram over there. Now, with the Petro down, you're gonna try to sneak into B? No, you're gonna shoot. Okay. Stalingrad might have a good shot on you right now. And he just killed the Puerto Rico, and the Montana just died to the sub. Again, if you were over there, might have been a different situation. Look at your Dakimov desperately trying to survive. He's got 3 fighters over him right now. 3. Somehow your Burgon found a way to lose a lot of health. And yeah, SAT is also casting COTS, which is cool to see.
Acknowledged. All forces capture that area.
Now what's going on? Dutch SAT casts alongside Overlord Bow.
Retreat
Now look at the team score. You're actually down a ship at this point. So that cautious play hasn't really gotten you too much. Panoramics, what's up? There's a link to follow panoramics. Oof, that could have been a lot worse. Got the kill. You lost a lot of health doing it. Oof, and the Puerto Rico just barely misses hitting you down in the corner. Satsuma's a threat. Honestly, though, you gotta do something else. Slow evening. Get up way early. Yeah, me too. Are you doing COTS?
I need your support.
Siren, if you're still here, I'm curious how late you streamed the other day when I raided you. Yesterday, actually. Right? I raided you yesterday? It felt so good raiding you after you keep raiding me.
Intelligence data.
I may not guess again. Well, okay then. You're broadside to the Stalingrad. You're putting yourself in a really bad position where you are giving your side to one ship no matter what you do. Oh, okay. Asia. Nice. Oh, with Revan. Okay. Hmm. What? He just shot HE at you? I have so many questions. Alright, now he switched back to AP. Citadeled from the Puerto Rico. See what I mean about putting you in that position? Yes, Puddin will be casting King of the Sea alongside me tomorrow morning. It's gonna be fun. I gotta put the list up. Puddin, remind me to do that if you don't mind.
Okay.
It isn't Warships without a paid actor, yeah. Yeah, we signed up for a bunch of matches. They're best of 3, so things can and will change during tournaments with timing. So we're gonna try to get as many games in as we can. Tied up 4-on-4. Some asked to order a truckload of coffee for Puddin. You can almost clear this island on the Puerto Rico. There you go. Thankfully, he advanced too far.
Reporting the position of a strategic target.
There's a nice fire. He's burning. I would ignore him now. I would look for the Sats or the Stalin. Probably get ready for the Stalin. Satsuma's probably not that big of a threat. Right now, at least. He's so far south of you. Quick. There he is. Alright, so you got both Sats and Stalin aiming at you. Oof. You wouldn't mind a truckload? Revan has to get up around 6 a.m. Well, to do Asia, for me it would be like a 2 a.m. local start or something like that, I think. I tried to convince my wife to let me do it. She said, no.
God, I love your wife.
Truckload of gold coffee stolen from Toronto Airport warehouse. I know nothing about this, Philip. Game return. Oh, sub right next to you. Sub right next to you. And you're just sitting broadside to the Yeah, why? Why you do this? Why is he still alive? I don't know. I do find it out to turn south too. I would have gone north and just focused down the Stalin first and then gone after the Satsuma. But okay. Yeah, I would agree with the SAT. Stalin's the better pick. You can farm him down quicker and easier, that's for sure. Oh well, you didn't do it. Now you're looking at torpedoes coming up from the sub, but while you're doing that, you are broadside to the Stalingrad's last known location. You blind fired the sub, nice. Sherman's got his Hydra going, which is huge. I need my wake up time and all that goods, yeah. I actually don't drink coffee. I drink hot chocolate. So for me, my wake up juice is hot chocolate. Dark hot chocolate. Yum yum. Alright, Stalingrad's all that's left. 57 seconds to go. I don't think you're going to even get a chance at killing the Stalin in time. Hot chocolate makes you sleepy? Ironically enough, the other thing that wakes me up is alcohol. Your wake-up juice is generally water or tea? Usually water. That's a Back to the Future 2 reference, by the way. Let's make some wake-up juice. Alright, let's take a look at the render. Still have a lot of questions. Coffee or tea for you, Big Papa? So, early on, right here, what are you doing here? I mean, so many ships that can smack you, and usually on this map especially, battleships like to go to the flanks. Look at this Yamato. I mean, you are spotted. You got lucky. Now you go into kiting away. Again, this is your fight. This is the way you want to play the game. You go into a kiting away position. All right. But then when the enemy team just turns and runs after the gearing dies, I think that's your opportunity to go back to the other flank, to go to the west, and try to make something work there. So like here, I mean, instead of pushing with everybody else, because what are you going to accomplish that way? The other thing too is if you went back west, you could actually help keep the Nakimov alive. You've got a lot of backwards movement from ships of late. Like you're seeing a lot of ships backing up. Like Papa Rock, that's because typically especially if you're in a cruiser or a battleship that you don't want to get stuck moving too far forward, you turn away so you can W out. Look at where he is right now. He is stuck, right? He can't move any farther forward because if he does, he exposes his flank to the enemy. So he's stuck. If the enemy turned around and all pushed, he could potentially be overwhelmed. It's not going to happen in this game because there are so many assets just, but look, they're all dying. Stalingrad just died. The battleship just died. Gone over there just died. Montana over there died. It's just the Des Moines and the Sherman left. So By pushing forward, you put yourself in a position where you get stuck. Again, that's why you go to where the enemy is going to come to you, and then you get into a kite away position, and you back up and forward and back up and forward. It gives you the flexibility of running away if you need to. And as ICT said, you can use all your guns while kiting. Generally, if you try to get your third turret out the rear gun, you show too much armor side versus if you're kiting away, um, you can, if you're being shot at, you can hit W and turn away from shells, right? So that allows you to control that engagement better too. So when those AP shells are coming, you have a better chance of bouncing the enemy shells. I can't believe you pulled this off. I can't believe you lived, A, as long as you did, and B, were able to do as much damage as you did. I think if you would have gone the other side, you would have gotten a lot more damage out of this. And probably been a lot healthier too, but hey, it's a win. An ugly win, but it's a win. So, Ash, thank you for sending that replay in. I hope that that feedback is helpful for you and for everybody else in chat as well.